All right, so I'm going to go over my commercial kitchen, which I mentioned in a video I did a little bit over a year ago, and I apologize to everyone that watched it because I didn't actually tell you the pricing of all this stuff. Now, we are in my basement, by the way. My commercial kitchen is a 2,000 square foot kitchen. There's actually more over there, and I'll get to it in one second. There's our cooling room in there. That's where we do a lot of our chocolates on that area over there with a second cooling rack. But this is literally in the basement of my home. Okay. So all of the light fixtures, everything, by the way, the ceiling, drop ceiling, all this, we did this ourselves because when we bought this house, we actually bought it specifically for the fact that it had a basement, but it had nothing in the bottom. It was done. There was nothing here but just wood studded out. It was nothing. So we put all the walls up. You see the drop ceiling. I didn't want to get too much of the light on the video, but there's lights, commercial lights and everything. So this is a commercially kitchen. We are actually licensed, inspected, insured. We have permits, we have everything. So we actually get inspected by the Department of Agriculture, and they come in and they check us once a year. So let me dive into it. Now, you do not need, listen to what I'm going to tell you. You do not need to have a $100,000 commercial kitchen if you want to build one yourself. What I have here, literally, we spent $15,000 on the finishing of the basement. But if your basement's already finished, it's going to be a lot less than that, obviously. The biggest expense that we actually had was the fact that we had to finish all of this. But this equipment, I'm going to go over this really quick, okay? Number one, we don't have, this is set up in the basement, so we don't have a commercial oven per se. But this right here is a confection, one of those commercial, it's on the verge of like a commercial confection oven. What I mean by that is that this has the confection ability. It cooks cookies ridiculously fast. We do dozens and dozens of cookies in less than an hour. We do a lot of them. So you don't need something gigantic because we also don't have the hood, right? We don't have the exhaust. I worked in commercial bakeries and I even own one, and we had the huge boss. Well, down here we can't do that obviously because I live upstairs. So this was about 500 bucks, I think it was. We got it like on Black Friday, super expensive, inexpensive, around 500. These two right here, these cooling racks, I'm gonna be transparent and tell you the truth. These are the ones from my commercial bakery that I transported over here when we got here. So that one there and this one here was about 129 bucks, brand new. That was just a few years ago. Well, quite a few years ago. But anyways, we get them for about 120, maybe $199 on Amazon. By the way, you can get them super cheap. All right, next one up. Stainless steel tables, NSF certified. NSF certified. These are professional commercial stainless steel tables, and so is that one over there. And you see that little white label right there? Yeah, that's NSF. That's the logo. These are NSF certified. You have the round edges to the tables. They work very well. Stainless steel. They work fantastic. These are also ones that I brought from my commercial kitchen when I went to my basement. So, and on top of it, again, keep in mind, we're just a small family business. This is when I'm not making my videos or doing my consulting or writing books and all the other content. I run a bakery. I run 6 e-commerce stores. We've been on Amazon, as you've seen some of my videos. We've been on Amazon for over a decade. I think it's 11 years now. We also have stores on eBay and Etsy. So really quick to show you, this are two KitchenAid mixers. That's all we need because we don't have obviously the big, also the electrical current that's needed for a large commercial mixer. We can't put that in the house because it's too much electricity. So we just buy 2 of these and we make our dough. That's how we do it. So there are the kitchen table, these tables here, commercial tables. These were about $220, $225 a piece. So you're looking at about 500. That one was really cheap because I got it off of Webstaurant. I filled out a whole bunch of surveys. I don't know if they're still doing that, but webstaurantstore.com. I got that for free. I actually bought a whole bunch of really inexpensive items. We leave a feedback and they give you credit. That one cost me nothing. Yes, you're going to look over there and see, wow, there's another KitchenAid. And there's also there's a microwave right there. Yes, that's basic microwave. If you're starting this off from home, and you're obviously going to build your own commercial kitchen in whether it's a garage or basement, whatever you can, don't buy a commercial microwave. They're very expensive. Yes, they were great, but I don't need one. This one cost me 87 bucks. 87 bucks. To be honest with you, every year and a half to 2 years, I go through those. So that one's going to be replaced next year. But for $87 for 2 years, it's a lot cheaper than spending $500 or $600 right off the bat. So some of our trays, our baked goods, and some of our other ingredients are on metal racks. These little metal racks you can get at Walmart. This is 1, 2, 3. We have a ton of them. Plus over here, there's another couple, 2 or 3 more. But anyways, these cost around about $50, $60 for the size. Depends on how big you need them, but 50 or 60 bucks, okay, for each of those. So, you're looking at $150 for 3, and then you got a couple more over here. So, I don't know, about $300, $400. It's not too bad. Now, over here real quick, a refrigerator. Yes, this is a basic fridge. Hold on a second. I'll show you my deep freeze. I do have a commercial deep freeze, though. This is a basic fridge. This one's really short, small, tiny. This only cost me, excuse me. This cost me, I think, around $325, $300, somewhere around there. And of course, we have our sinks. Now, Department of Agriculture requires certain things to be in a commercial kitchen. So we have to have a hand washing sink. This one I got, we had a plumber. We did have to pay a plumber to come in. And this wall, by the way, we built this wall. There's an empty wall. Behind this is actually open for all the plumbing. So this is all the plumbing here, by the way. So just to let you know, this is a hand washing sink. You have to have that, number one. There's 3 things specifically Department of Agriculture will require. Hand washing sink, 3 compartment sink. Yes, we have a commercially 3 compartment sink. We had to have a plumber come in and put this in as well. And that was a bit, no, everything costs about $400 to have it put in. But you definitely have to have your sink, the 3 compartment sink, and then you've got the mop sink. We have to have a mop sink in here too. So all of these water outlets, all these spigots, everything works. This is legitimate working. I got that used. I think it was $145. This was brand new. It's a smaller version because we didn't have a lot of space. Got this actually off of Amazon, and it was about, I think, $375, $380. Okay. Hand washing sink, of course, NSF certified, all that good stuff. Hand washing sink, this was around $275, I think it was. And of course, the plumbing and everything involved with that. So this is roughly about, I'm going to guesstimate with all these numbers I'm throwing at you. You're looking at about $2,500, maybe $4,500, somewhere around like $3,000, $4,500. That's for the ballpark for this. Over here in this section over here, that's our shipping department. So I'll show you that in a second. So all in all, you have your stainless steel tables. Remember, if you're building something like this, or if you want to be, in the freezer, sorry, deep freeze. Yes, this is a super, super deep freeze. Right now we have it set at 7 degrees. This is where we store all of our cookie dough. So when we make dough, we make things that need to be frozen. This is it. I'm about 6 foot. I'm 5'11". So this is right about my eye level. Okay, so this is almost 6 foot tall. And that's just a deep freeze. Okay, so all in all, when you start this kind of a project, or you want to do your own commercial kitchen, or your garage, you want to start a spice business, whatever, and they say yes, the homeowner says you can do that, go ahead. Keep in mind, you don't need to start with a ton of high expensive items, okay? Very expensive. This stuff has maintained us for, we've been here about 12 years now, okay? This is not a lot of money to start a commercial kitchen. And this produces, we do over 120,000 on average for Amazon. Plus we do on our eBay and Etsy store quite a bit as well. So we push about 200 grand from our basement, okay? And again, you don't need a lot of dramatic things here. You don't need some huge pieces of equipment or tables to work on. Just get what you need to start. Now you can expand on this, of course. Now in some cases, hey, if you have the ability to put something commercial in, you can run a vent up, hey, knock yourself out. But all in all, you don't need it. Just start basic and get some simple things. So like I did the first video, I heard you guys' comments and I wanted to do another walkthrough really quick to show you the pricing. So around $4 grand or so is what we looked at, okay? I'll do another video showing the shipping department over there. And if you guys have any questions about this, let me know down below. But I did want to pop up a really quick video so you guys could take a look.